Bam!
We're here.
This is live. You're live right now.
Yeah.
Do you feel different?
A little bit.
What's the difference? What do you feel?
I don't know. Like kind
Bring
of
the
like
microphone a little-
kind of like I morphed into something. I don't know.
Like you morphed.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Like a Power Ranger?
Kevin?
The red.
Before we get this rolling, I would good night. I would like to recognize Kevin as the most prepared guest of all. So we've had guests bring treats. We've had guests bring
Information,
information, but Kevin brought us liquid deaths.
which I had never heard of.
Shout out, Liquid Death.
Nobody tell Mrs. Woods
Yeah.
because Kevin's gonna get in trouble for buying too much
We
water.
bought these ourselves.
And he also brought all of his information. I would call these handouts, but they're like it's basically like a pamphlet, but not all bound together for that describes everything that you're doing with the Phoenix. And I like this a lot. This is something really. I feel like whenever you can put a physical product in front of somebody and it looks good and it feels nice, like even like a solid business card or something, you can really gain a lot of attention with it. So kudos to you on this one, man. And welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
I appreciate you having us.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's been, man, how many years probably, Kevin, since I've seen you, dude?
I don't know. Phil and I were talking about this, last week?
Yeah, it was last week at the park.
Yeah, probably since I quit drinking.
Yeah, well,
Surprise!
yeah, well, I mean, we kind of all. I mean, occasionally I'll have some, but I don't really drink hardly at all anymore either. But I don't know if that was the defining moment or if it was, I don't know, just moving away because we're all Texas City people originally, right?
Yep.
And I think as we kind of move away from all going our own different direction, you kind of lose touch with certain people because of that. So maybe it was a combination of those things, man. But it's really good to see you, dude. And I've heard quite a bit from Philip about what you're doing with the Phoenix. But that's really what this show is going to be all about, man. We want to talk about your story, what you're doing now, what the future looks like. And, of course, we'll have some standard OTG podcast banter thrown in here.
Banter? What's that?
It's basically what we just trash talk about everything all the time. So, yeah, man, to all the listeners at home, this is Kevin Woods. You're the founder.
No, I'm the program coordinator for the Houston chapter.
Okay, program coordinator for Houston chapter of the Phoenix. Yep. And I'm not going to get into what it's about. I'm going to let you kind of describe all that. And we'll get it rolling that way, give it a little bit of background on yourself, and then a little bit of history, build up to this, how you got here, and then where you're going. And then we'll go from there, brother. So tell us, man. Tell us a little bit about Kevin Woods, the early days, a little bit, and then how you got here. Because I think part of who you were as a younger man is kind of led you on this path to where you're at right now. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, so just like y'all, I'm from Texas City. Graduated in 2007.
Don't say that too loud.
Yeah. I actually went and talked at Texas City High School on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
the fancy new school.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Trade Center.
I haven't been to the new
Trade Center was really new.
Trade Center?
Yeah.
What is that?
I talked to the Marine Time, the Merchant Marine.
Oh,
class.
so is it like an early trade school type setup?
They do construction in there.
Slick, that's really cool.
Yeah,
dude.
like setting kids up where the ones that don't want to go to college can go into the trades. And
we could have used that.
Yeah,
we knew we weren't going to go to school.
Oh yeah, I did too. But yeah, I told them I graduated in 2007, and they're like, "What?" I was like 2 or 3.
That was a million years ago.
Made you feel old.
Yeah. And I started talking about 9/11, thinking they were alive, and then I started doing the math because Tech City education wasn't. Kind of realized that I am a little bit older than.
Well, we're all a little bit old. Don't tell anybody. So go ahead, Kim, from Texas City. So 07 graduate. We're 09 graduates, so all about the same.
Similar.
We were still in the old school together.
Yeah. Built in the 40s.
Yeah. OG. I knew from a very early age I was going into the military. I kind of looked up. Well, I didn't kind of. I really looked up to my grandpa. He was like the main person I wanted to be like, and I gravitated towards him. And he was in the Marines, and I knew I was going to go. So I did typical Tech City. Didn't pay too much attention in school, and knew what my route was going to be. So. I left in 2007 and joined the Navy. And then
right after high school.
Yep. I left October 4th. So I kind of took that time off where I could have one last.
Almost like a summer. Like you graduated, took the summer off, and then went.
Yep.
Okay.
And then me and my childhood best friend actually left a month apart, JD. So we kind of did everything together. Did 5 years, did 2 deployments there, and then came back.
Middle East, Iraq?
I did a Persian Gulf tour from 2011, 2012, and then Western Pacific in 2009.
Okay.
Came back, wanted to chase that oil field money.
Well, whenever you're from Houston area,
Yeah.
what better way to make it?
Exactly, which we'll get into that.
Yeah, we will get into that.
And did that for a while, but my drinking started becoming medication for me, where I started self-medicating with alcohol.
Yep.
A lot of people didn't know till a few years ago that I went through 3 different suicide attempts from drinking. Everyone, y'all knew who I was drinking. I was a happy-go-lucky. I'm
Party
ready,
guy.
Yeah, I'm ready to have some fun. I used to show up with beer. Now I show up with water.
Yeah.
Liquid death.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, it's kind of like a Miller Lite can.
Exactly.
Except for Miller Lite's actually liquid death, and this is liquid life.
Exactly.
Funny how that works.
That's funny.
You ever seen any of their commercials? Like the kids drinking them, and they got a bunch of controversy against them in the Super
Really?
Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl commercial.
The only
I thought they were
person,
beer
the only
cans.
person who
Yeah.
I've ever seen advertised for this is Theo Vaughn.
Or Steve-O.
I haven't seen that,
Yeah.
but I've heard that he's all about that life,
Yeah.
that liquid death life.
Yep.
Good deal. So you started having some you come back from the military and you start having some alcoholism, some issues with it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And
Yeah,
then,
definitely.
And then you said you went through 3 suicide attempts. I believe that my memory's foggy, probably from too much alcohol, but I think that I remember one. I don't remember if you talked about it or if you told me about it, but I didn't know that there was 3 is what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. So, so go ahead, carry on, man.
Yeah, I went through those. My mom and sister tried to get me some help. They didn't know about the suicide attempts, but they knew that my drinking was controlling my life.
Right.
I pushed it off like, oh, I don't have a drinking problem, typical.
I can
alcoholic.
control it.
Yeah. And I ended up in December 21st, 2016, got arrested for initially was intoxicated assault, which is a felony. And thank God I knew a great lawyer, a very, very good lawyer that's real well known in the Galveston County area. And he got it dropped down to a Class B misdemeanor and DWI. And that night in jail changed my life. It was honestly the greatest thing that ever happened.
December 16, you said.
21st, 2016.
December 21st, 2000. Damn near Christmas, 2016.
Yep. That was my last night that I have had any alcohol.
That was
So
the
you
turning
turned it.
point.
I think you told me a little bit about it was a cold turkey situation. You
Flipped the
but that
switch.
was the thing.
Yeah, because that charge carries a 10 to 20 sentence.
Wow.
So like I used
The
to
initial,
love,
what would
Yeah.
have been the initial charge?
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of that Locked Up and Beyond Scared Straight.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
man, when I was going through the process,
When that was actually you in there.
yeah, I was like, dude, I'll never watch another one of them shows again. Like,
Yeah.
I was so scared that like my life was going to be the one that was on the other side of that camera. But
Yeah.
luckily, it wasn't in the cards. And
So you flipped that switch
Yeah.
that night.
Wow.
Good dude. That's a, there's all kinds of great stories out there of people overcoming. But to me, those are cool ones, man, where you make a decision and you flip the switch and that's it. I
Yeah.
think those are.
And what do you? I don't know. Just pretend that I'm sure this is what you do for a living now, right? You help people with this, but what is it that was going through your head maybe over the next? Because I've never been through alcoholism or addiction. I don't really know, exactly what that's like. But what's going through your head? 24 hours, 48 hours, 1 week, 2 weeks. That's keeping you out. Like what's going through your head? What are you thinking about? What are you focusing on?
You're talking about keeping him from going back.
Yeah, keeping you from going back. Yeah.
That first night, I knew that the only way that I was going to change is if I dropped the alcohol, because that was I had a blast doing it because I was carefree and had fun, but behind the closed doors, my depression, my anxiety, and all that would get the best of me. And then whenever that night happened, knowing that if I kept going down that route, I was either going to be dead or I was going to be in jail, and I'm way too pretty to be sitting in jail.
I agree.
I agree with
Very
that.
handsome fella.
Yeah, beard.
Yeah, and a little too small for jail.
Yeah, that's beside the point.
I almost wore a muscle shirt today, but I didn't want to show you up.
I appreciate that.
Well, with this guy around, I feel like a small character at all times.
Nah.
Like I'm deflated all the time. Feels all jacked year round.
Oh, man.
So overnight, you basically make the decision, and you kind of explain to Phil, you're going to be dead or in jail if you keep on with the alcohol. So not another drop.
Nope.
So let's fast forward just a little, and let's talk about a little bit between getting to the Phoenix and kind of what led you into. How did you discover them? What made you want to be a part of the organization? and what kind of positive influences were you having in between December 2016 and when you started with the Phoenix?
Yeah, so after I got arrested, I was actually working out in the plants at that time. I got laid off from Schlumberger. And this actually, I was drinking with people that I used to work with at Schlumberger, and I was coming home when I got in the wreck. But I saved up some money because I knew that life wasn't for me, because it was kind of that environment that, you know, being out there that you get off work, you go drink some beer, and wake up and do it all over
again every day. Yep.
So I saved up some money. Then I was like, I need to find something that is going to, push me to the next level. And I got introduced to actually what the veteran community was. Before then, I didn't know there was really such a thing. It wasn't promoted or out in the public like it is now. And then, so I did that, ended up going back to school. And luckily, the military pays you while you're going through school. So I had some type of income at that time. And I met a mentor, Mike Nash, at a bar out of all places.
Yeah.
And we were wearing boots, and he had elephant skin boots on, and I had the Prockaroo, the bass boots on.
Yep.
And we were sitting there talking, and he turned his boots into a book. So there's a book called The Ant and the Elephant by Vincent. I can't ever say his last name, starts with a P. And he started discussing that book, and I left that night. I was like, that's someone's shoes that I would trade with, the way he was articulating and stuff like that. So we formed a friendship, which led into mentoring, and him and I kind of crafted like a mentorship development program, which led me into working in the veteran treatment courts for Harris County and Galveston County.
Okay.
And during that time, I was listening to a podcast, Jocko podcast, and it was Jocko. And there was a lady on there named Sarah Wilkerson, and her husband died by suicide. And he was a Navy SEAL.
I think I listened to that podcast, if I'm not mistaken. But carry on.
Well, she donated his brain to science, and they started like finding different things that could trigger suicides. And a lot of suicide trainings are built off assumptions. The only person that knows the answer of why that person's not with us no more
is the one that's dead.
Is the one that we can't talk to. So her having actually scientific findings, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I would like to gain some of this knowledge of yours, but I also want to host the Chad WOD that they do every year in his memory. And she got me in contact with somebody, and then that person got me in contact with the Phoenix. I was like, man, who's the Phoenix?
Yeah.
So I went to the website and I started reading it, and I was like, man, this is somewhere I want to be. They had a job offering, and
something I want to be a part of.
Yeah, and I've never had that feeling of God speaking to me the way that it was. And I didn't even look over my resume, and I instantly sent it in, and now here I am.
So what year was that?
How long ago was this?
I started with the Phoenix December 27th of last year.
Oh,
so
okay.
This was the October-November time frame.
Okay. So it's about 5 years, give or take, from the time you turned the switch off, got out of jail, or went through the whole thing until you signed up with the Phoenix. Yep. But it sounds like there was a lot going on between when you got in trouble to now that led you this way. So you actually reached out to Mrs. Wilkerson.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how you arrived here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm 90% sure I've listened to that podcast, and it's pretty moving because somebody who can get on there and as candidly, I mean, what she's doing is she's trying to help.
Yeah.
But to be able to just talk about it in detail and what she did, she donated the brain so that they could study and try and figure out why, all so that she could help others. And that's a really cool story. I love to hear it. So
vulnerability is an asset.
Yes.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, agreed.
So the Phoenix. So you started late last year.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the organization, what they do. I think you touched it a little bit. It's like a veterans.
No, it's for anyone. For anyone. So the Phoenix is a sober active community. So what we do is we show that there's fun and sobriety while building a community around you by doing different activities, from CrossFit to bonfires, watercolor painting, wellness walks, which Phil's been part of, rock climbing.
Yeah,
Phil's
I need to come to some of these for sure.
And it's free for anyone that wants to come, as long as they have 48 hours of sobriety.
Good deal. So, I'm definitely going to partake in some of these events. I'd like to come out and just, like you said, just be part of the community, because if people can see that there is a community of individuals out there that is, I guess...
You can support each other and have fun while not
because a lot of people build their identity and their friendships around drinking and partying, and they think that that's the only kind
And
of
this is for
camaraderie.
all types of addictions.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. So, I mean, sexual addiction, eating disorders, anything. And it's for anyone that supports the community as well. Because, like you said, the fun aspect, all the alcohol companies, all they do is sell the experience. Not one of them sells you the taste, like the Corona commercial. Like you see, like, oh, if I have a Corona, I can picture myself on the beach.
On the beach with a
Why
lime.
don't you get on the beach without the alcohol or bring the beach to you?
Liquid death.
Yeah, liquid death.
Yeah.
And have fun. I mean, you don't have to have alcohol to have fun. And that was probably the strongest thing or the hardest thing that I had to deal with. I was like, man, how am I going to have fun? How am I going to be this Kevin that everyone sees without the alcohol?
Yeah. And it's a strange thing. You to say it out loud, to say, you don't need alcohol to have fun. I think that if you said that out loud, vast majority of the population would go, that's true. But when you're in this, when you have a group of friends that does enjoy drinking and you or anybody decides to step away from that or to not drink as often, you would be surprised at the tension,
the lashback.
It's almost like backlash tension that creates whenever you're like, hey man, I love y'all. Y'all are my friends, but I don't think I want to come to this thing because I'm trying to not drink or I'm trying to avoid that situation.
Or even
altogether.
if you go to the thing and don't drink,
that's even
tough,
worse.
Yeah. That's very hard.
I'm sure you are.
Oh yeah,
I was that guy for a long time.
Yeah.
I've
been both of the guys,
Yeah.
and I'm not proud to say that. I've been the guy who was like, no, I'm not going to drink and got shit for it. And I've been the guy that gave people shit, probably him.
Yeah, I was the one that was supplying the ones that didn't want to drink the alcohol.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've been there. And the first time I went out in public after I'd made the decision to quit, we went to celebrate a friend's birthday, and they were trying to get me to drink. And I had one friend, Dan, that stood up, was like, if he doesn't want to effing drink, he's not going to effing drink. And
Leave
I was
him alone.
like, this is the one I'm staying around because he has my back no matter what, and still to this day he's never pressured me to do it. So
good man.
Like whenever you ask, like, it's been so long, it's like I just left like the Texas City environment of, I mean, there's a lot of good people in Texas City. It's just I didn't want to associate with going to the water hole that everyone knows they're on the loop. So I was just, once you leave that little watering hole, you don't see anybody anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, I think it's like you said, it's a combination of getting away from there and changing your habits, and you end up kind of disconnected with certain people. But I feel like the three of us, you don't have any alcohol, and Phil and I, him less than me, and me very limited. So I think it's kind of crazy how it's a full circle, right? Where you're in this group where you do drink and you party a lot and it's all fun. And then several years go by, and then it comes full circle, and now you all live very similar lifestyles, and it's just really cool. It's kind of crazy how that works out sometimes.
It's like seeing us growing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people never do.
Yeah.
And you know what? Freedom, dude. I'm all about freedom. Whatever you want to do, but I'm also an advocate for if you want to change, if you want to move in a different direction, if you want to even if you want to disassociate, that's fine.
You know what concerns me the most, like that, and I've thought about this before, but I just really popped into my head as we were talking about these different people. Is how many people that you would, and I don't really know when you consider someone like suffering from alcoholism versus just being like somebody that drinks alcohol. I'm sure that there's a actual definite difference, but what I'm wondering is how many people are suffering from some type of alcoholism that truly don't want to, but they don't break away because they're either peer pressured or something like. Is there a lot of people like that, or do you come across that? Yeah,
I guarantee there's millions of them that are like that. Yeah, I mean, you're a product of your environment, and I didn't realize that until I changed.
Until you change your environment, yeah. And I think that's really what's really cool about the Phoenix is you're showing them that there's community other than that one. There is this group of people that doesn't want to drink and still wants to get together, hang out, maybe talk some trash, go on a run, workout, whatever you want to do. Just have camaraderie, have a normal friendship without the alcohol.
Yeah, and you meet people that you would have never really met or hung out with drinking, at these events. Like we went and played board game night the other night.
Dude, that's awesome.
And it was with people, and I sat there and I was like, like 5-6 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this, but like I'm having way more fun than I ever had doing that. And it's playing a board game. Like,
yeah.
And you feel a lot better later.
Oh, exactly.
And the next morning.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's what I mean.
And you
I
remember
drink
it.
coffee, and I don't even drink coffee, but I was just like, oh.
I even drank some coffee. I do. My name is Darryl, and I have a coffee addiction. I really do. Thanks to my wife, who I love. She gave me a coffee addiction when we met each other. I guess there's worse things.
Well, Kevin's addicted to water, so.
No, there's no pumpkin spice, and I haven't got the yogas yet, but I'm not against the yogas. I mean, a set of leads like these bad boys, you want to show them off.
Yeah.
Just don't do it while I'm around.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't want to put mine on, that's why.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to?
Yeah.
Kevin, I think you might look sharp in some yogas, dude.
Yeah, bust out them cycling thighs.
Hey, them cycling thighs.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of bike, and you do some triathlons, right?
Yeah, I got a race coming up. I got a duathlon coming up in May.
Duathlons, that's run and bike?
Run, bike, run.
Run, bike, run.
Yeah, since I got a little one at home, it's hard to break away to go stay disciplined in 3 different disciplines. So
Yeah, I hear you, man. So let's talk a little bit about the Phoenix. What's the future look like with you? So you're the coordinator of the Houston chapter of this foundation. Is it a foundation?
Yeah, it's a 501(c)(3) nonprofit.
Okay. Nonprofit organization. You're the Houston coordinator. What's in your opinion, or in your words, what's the future look like here for the Phoenix? Just try to grow it. Just try to reach as many as you can.
Just really not try, because we're already doing it.
I like that.
I like that.
We just hit in September. We just hit Houston, so we're in like 90 plus cities across 30 different states. We have programming going on in Canada. We have an employee in the UK.
Nice.
So we're blowing up since 2006, and we have a mission to serve 1 million people in the next 5 years. But just in Houston alone, we got 67 events in May alone.
May alone?
Yeah, if you flip to page 3 of your pamphlet, you'll see the calendar.
Oh, here's the calendar. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see the calendar of everything that we're doing, and we're from Conroe all the way to Galveston, and now we just hit Beaumont and be doing our first programming in Beaumont next Friday.
Good deal, dude. So, man, I'm looking at some of these are right by the house.
Yeah.
I will definitely be partaking in some of these.
I went to the rock climbing, which was really great. We did the wellness.
Go to the walk, right?
That was last week, and that was really great. And then there's an ice skating, kind of one of the big, because there's like big events and small events kind of thing, right? It depends on timing as well, you know. But I think each event I went to,
It was the Recovery Professionals in
Corey,
Action.
is their name Corey?
Brett,
sorry.
yeah.
I don't know where
Same
I got
thing.
Corey from.
Corey, Brett.
But yeah, Brett was mentioning the ice skating. That seems like
Corey.
that's going to be maybe one of the bigger events or something.
So
coming
Holly's
up
leading
soon.
that for us, and that just started up last month.
Okay.
And over in Sugar Land, and she's doing that on Saturdays, and
Is it like in the evening? What's
it's 1 to 2, I believe.
Okay.
It's on the
1 to 2, and ice skating in Sugar Land, and then it looks like that same day there's movie night, 6 to 9.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that's on the 6th. We partnered up with a few other organizations and formed this thing called Party Sober Partnership. So it's a bunch of different organizations, and we put on large events. Like we had a chili cook-off during the Houston Rodeo Cook-Off.
Yeah.
And we had over 350 people there. Free chili cook-off, so the teams were able to enter for free.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to buy their supplies, but then the winner, the overall winner, won $500.
Where's this? Where is these donation based or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all of our funding just for the Phoenix is grant funding and private funding.
Okay.
And then the Party Sober Partnerships also donation based as well.
Okay. Wow.
Is the Phoenix is it a membership community organization, or is it
The only cost for our membership is 48 hours of sobriety.
Yeah.
The
Okay. So so there's no membership. It's just all about. I mean, there is funding. But it's a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. But you don't have to. What I'm getting at is you don't have to go online and sign up and be vetted in any way to become a member. Show up to the event.
Yeah. And
be sober.
We have an app. We have an app also that you can go in, and then once a month we send out our calendar, so you have your calendar every month.
Sweet! It comes on the app.
Yeah.
Awesome. Dude.
So then you can go on the app and register for each event.
Okay, and it doesn't. You just register. Hey, I'm coming.
Yep.
And that's it. Good deal, dude. That's a really cool. This is a really cool concept.
Where can we donate? Like,
we have on our website at thephoenix.org. There's a donation tab, and I believe there's one in the app. I believe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal. So that's thephoenix.org.
Yep.
And then what about in the App Store? You got Apple, iOS, and Android.
Oh yeah.
Is it just the Phoenix?
Yep. It's the Phoenix, a little white. It looks just like.
So it's basically on your hat, white with a red Phoenix in it.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't take my hat off. But,
yeah. We'll be sure to. I'm definitely going to download it. I'd like to. The wife and I would definitely like to come to some of these and
it's
check
all
it out.
volunteer led too. So every one of those events is led by a volunteer.
Okay.
And it's all really great people. That's what I noticed about.
There's that stigma that people think.
Yeah, I've been to 2 events. It wasn't like a bunch of boring like things that you would think is going on at like a sober event or anything like that. The people are really fun. What percentage, if you don't mind me asking, what percentage of the people at these events are recovering addicts? All of them. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. So, but because some of them are leaders at other organizations, I noticed that because there's always like an icebreaker thing where everybody kind of gets to know each other. Mm-hmm. And I think one event I went to, there was like 15 people. Another one, there was like 20. So there's a good decent amount of people there, and it's fun. We're having a good time. There's banter. It's not this boring thing where we're sitting around playing chess.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. I like some chess.
I do too.
Go to the board game.
I'll be playing me some chess. But I was going to say that when you were talking, it sounds like there's something for everybody in here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in one day, there's a walk, run, hike, bike. There's a beach workout. There's ice skating and a movie night all on one Saturday.
Which that beach workout's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of fitness going on.
Yeah, Danny from Iron Kill.
I know.
He's the one that leads that.
Oh, wow, okay. I know Danny. Maybe he's a CrossFit guy.
Maybe I'll be injured that day. I don't know if
I showed up to that first one, and man, I was like,
you thought you were somebody.
You're getting a CrossFit certification, right?
I went through the training. I did fail the first test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went through on Easter weekend.
Sorry, I called you out on that.
No, dude, I've had zero CrossFit experience, so like trying to learn everything about CrossFit in 2 days and then test on it.
Yeah, I don't even. There's certain.
I know what CrossFit is, and
I gained a whole different respect for CrossFit though. Going through the class
for the certification.
Yeah, for the level 1.
Talk about that a little bit. Yeah. How'd you feel at first, and then how did it make you feel after? I guess.
The first day we did it, it's all like PVC pipe based, like to show you how to do the workouts. And I never thought a PVC pipe would wear me out. Dude, all the
pretty
squats
heavy.
in it. Well, after they tell you like squat, like to go down in the position, you're like, come on, man. Like you feel like you're in football practice or like I'm back in the Navy again.
Yeah.
Like, just sit there, like come on, up, and then they finally say go up, and then you're like, back down again. But I mean, it was a great class. The instructors were phenomenal.
Very humbling, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Thought you were tough, and then you got this little PVC pipe. I'm imagining SpongeBob with the stick with the 2 marshmallows.
Now the 2, he's got that. And
Is it marshmallows?
No, there's a marshmallow one, but then he has like a stuffed bunny rabbit like on one side, and he pulls and his arms come, his shoulders.
I'm gonna get me a set of anchor arms. You remember those on SpongeBob too?
Yep.
Or Harry for the ladies.
I like that, dude.
It was intense.
Yeah, wow.
I definitely. CrossFit's a cult.
Yeah, right.
Number 1 rule: talk about CrossFit.
Yeah, exactly. Then take your shirt off.
Then take your shirt off. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I've a whole different respect for
That's
them
good.
guys and everything.
Yeah. So you're gonna
I'm retesting for it. Yeah.
You're gonna get certified.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Good deal. So you'll be able to be an instructor.
I'll be able to coach.
Okay, you'll be able to personally coach people in a CrossFit environment.
And it's mostly because at these events there has to be a coach present.
So if one of our events like yoga, you got to have a certification for yoga.
Okay.
That instructor, that volunteer is certified in.
Good deal. So it's not just
willy nilly.
It's not just
up.
Darryl Laird, Mr. I saw somebody do yoga and I know how to stretch, so now I can teach you.
Yeah,
right.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah. So we actually have like legit people doing this stuff for us.
So it sounds to me like, and knowing you before, you weren't terribly into fitness that I remember. It sounds that this has gotten you. I mean, you're doing a dual-athlon. Is that what you said? Is that the word?
Yeah, I got into try probably 3 years ago now. I would say it's probably 3 years ago.
So you're doing, I mean, everything from triathlons, dual athlons, walk, run, hikes, beach workouts. I mean, sounds to me like, and CrossFit certification, like joining this or becoming a part of this organization has really, I mean, you're hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Anything that's fitness related, you're about it. You're doing it.
Yeah, that's actually why like I wanted to come to the Phoenix, is because I knew what the triathlon did for my mental health. So the first person I reached out to whenever I got arrested was a guy named Chad, and he was the only person I knew that was sober. And I was like, dude, like, how do you do this? Because I knew how his past was. And he was like, I just got in the gym and stayed busy. And I was like, stay busy doing other things.
Yeah.
And so that was enticing to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay busy being in shape, whatever it is, right? Whether it's bouldering or whether it's doing a beach workout.
Bouldering is a blast.
Yeah.
Bouldering is fun.
Phil told me it was really tough.
Well, bouldering is different.
Yeah.
I've been bouldering before, but what we did was with the harness,
top rope.
which was cool as well.
Yeah.
Just they're both fun, just a little bit of a different type of challenge.
Yeah, top rope, you have a rope to save you. Bouldering,
you don't.
have a
but you also
paddle.
go a lot higher.
Yeah.
So it's different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wanted your mind and your days to be busy so that you weren't thinking about this alcohol. You weren't thinking about
occupy your
relaxing.
hand.
What's that?
You got to occupy your hand.
Yeah, occupy your hand.
Like at first, I occupied it with a book. I think my first year of sober, I read like 30-something books.
Nice.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever read 30 books in a year.
Yeah, I didn't read one book before that.
Yeah. You sure in Tech City High School? Read a lot of books.
Dude, I had it. So you remember in English how you had to do that book report? I think it was like your senior or junior year. You had to read a book with Miss Cooper or Miss.
Man, yeah.
There was another one. Well, one teacher did it first semester. The other one did it second semester.
Man,
I had first semester. The one did it second semester. So I knew that was coming. So I went and I switched teachers. So I didn't have to do.
You went to the
book.
counselor.
Yeah, so I didn't have to do said
Oh,
book
man.
report. Yeah.
Slick move. All you Tech City High School kids, y'all listen up.
Yeah.
My boy Kevin's got it figured out.
I didn't even go to my last period, my senior year. The first day, the few people I hung out with, it was a technical theater class. We sat in the table, and after the first day of class, she told us to stand by, and I was like, "Oh man!" She's like, "This is your last period? Yeah, don't come to my class. So just come by, show me you're here, and just go home." And we're like,
Was that Miss Garza?
Nope, Miss technical theater teacher Bassett.
Miss Bassett. Okay. Yeah, I remember her. I remember her.
Yeah, so I just went to lunch and then her class, so I just left before.
Yeah, you're like, hey, see you later. Yeah. That's cool, dude. Yeah. So it sounds to me, we always ask the guests, we always talk about, we always ask how fitness has influenced or changed or bettered your life. But it sounds to me like fitness of all types has impacted you in the biggest way by keeping your hand busy.
Yeah, your mental health will not grow without physical health.
I like that. Talk about that a little bit. So did you notice that whenever you started to get in better shape that
I noticed whenever I read all like personal growth books of all these different authors, and there was that common theme that they were all doing something physical.
Really?
To grow. Either, I mean, it could have been breathing techniques or something like that, but it was still something physical that they were doing, which was getting them to that level of being able to write that book and actually living out what they're writing.
Yeah.
So I knew there was something in there, that physical aspect of it. And then when I started training, that's whenever I noticed that my mental health started going
getting
up.
better,
Positive
better.
direction. Yeah.
So I completely agree with that statement that without physical fitness of some type, your mental health is only going to go so far. Yeah. But it's interesting that you said, I didn't know that there was a trend of personal development authors that wrote about that.
I mean, look at Jocko, Ed Milet.
Oh yeah, those guys are insane.
Well, and if you look up health, like the word health involves mental and physical.
Yeah, they coexist.
If you're jacked, and say you're a jacked bodybuilder that can run a marathon, but
Nate Bear.
Oh yeah, I looked at you told me about that guy, right? Yeah, I
yeah.
looked him up. That guy's an animal. If you're interested, but if you're mentally unstable, you're technically not healthy.
Yeah,
and vice versa. If you're the most spiritually found person, but your physical health, like you have bad cholesterol. I'm just like making an example,
overweight, out of shape.
If you're overweight and out of shape, you're not healthy.
Yeah.
So it is both.
It takes
look
both.
good, feel good.
Yeah, that's right. The word health means mental and physical health.
Yeah, because that big bodybuilder, I mean, he's always like, he can look in the mirror and he's not big enough, or he doesn't look that certain way, so that he doesn't have that mental health strength.
Right.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, you know what? I do look good, but I want to look better, living that blissful dissatisfaction.
Ed Milet.
yeah.
Ed Milet. I
Yeah.
like
Bliss
that.
of-
That's one of my favorite.
blissfully dissatisfied.
Blissful dissatisfaction.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. So basically, be proud of the work you've done and where you're at, but also know that you have work to do.
Yeah.
Essentially is what he's saying. So if you can ride that line, then you're bound for success, essentially, in whatever it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot, man. Ed Milet's one of my dudes.
Yeah,
He's probably going to come on the show.
Yeah, he'll be here.
Yeah, he'll be here
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah.
And
Tony, he's a bring Tony with him.
Yeah, I got to install a helipad on the roof to get him here. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So, man, Kevin, it's good to, first of all, it's good to see you. It's good. I'm so glad that I feel proud of the work that you're doing. Just because it's such a big deal, and it's a lot. It's very stigmatized. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. It's not cool. It's not fun, right? So there's this it's a stigma there, but there's this aura surrounding it. Like it's almost taboo to be like, hey man, you should try to be a part of something like this and not drink all the time and not have a dependency on alcohol within your life and your friendships and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's really badass that you're you're the coordinator of this thing.
Out there really pushing it.
Yeah, you're out there
pushing this.
And you said like stigma, like there's many stigmas around people that have had addiction. Like no one thinks that they can relate to that person that's been in addiction, but yet you talk to somebody that's been through addiction, I guarantee you have something in common.
Oh yeah.
That you didn't know anything about. And that's what we're here promoting, is like getting away from all stigmas, that we're all one and it takes a community.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people, and I don't know this for sure, but I think there's a lot of people out there that think that if there's an individual, first of all, they'll deny that they have an addiction or have ever had one, because that word alone is like, ooh.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of people there's likely a lot of people that would say if there's an individual who has had addiction of some type, they can't be saved. They can't change. They're always going to be that person somewhere inside. And that's definitely not the case. I've seen both sides of that coin, though. I've seen people that were beyond saving that really didn't want to be different or change. And then I've seen people like yourself that, dude, you flipped the switch one night. Yeah, it took a crazy event, right?
Well, I just had the thought. It didn't. I mean, it's still a work in progress. 5 years, 3 months, and so on days later. But
there's no doubt in my mind that you're not going back. I mean,
I mean, like people, like some people say, like, hey, I'm Kevin, I'm an alcoholic. Hey, I'm Kevin, I'm in recovery because I'm not an alcoholic anymore.
Right.
It's just a chapter in my book, part 1. Part 2 is just Kevin in recovery, striving to continue.
Kevin in recovery is coordinating all of this. Kevin in recovery is helping others get to so-and-so in recovery, XYZ guy, girl in recovery, all these people that need to go into recovery, you're helping push them there.
Oh, yeah.
And, man, your story alone, I think it would be a lot more powerful if these people knew you before.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Big Texas nights.
Yeah. Oh, I remember those nights. Yeah. I mean, we drank a lot of alcohol, had a lot of fun. But and even me, somebody who I would say I knew you pretty well, we're like best friends all the time, but we definitely hung out quite often. I didn't know about the suicide attempts. I didn't know about your mom and your sister trying to help you in the ways that they did. There was a lot of stuff buried in there.
Yeah.
And that story is pretty moving, man. It's pretty, it's something that needs to be talked about.
That's right.
It needs to be put out there. It needs to be destigmatized. And I think a lot of people can use that, and people can, I guess they can, hearing that can motivate people to get on the track that you're on. You know?
I mean, it's like, I have nothing against people that drink alcohol.
Yeah.
By any means, but like so many people like do so much in their day and try to focus on so much, and then they just go and start drinking. At the end, it's like, so you can celebrate in another way. Like there's more ways to celebrate like a win than
absolutely.
Like I started drinking this stuff from this place called Sipple. It's a non-alcoholic whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend. I have a good friend of mine. His name's Jason. He's a little older than us, and similar story. Got I don't want to butcher it. Got a couple of DWIs, but maybe it was 2 or 3. And on the more recent one, he was facing a lot of jail time, and was fortunate enough to not go to prison. And he said, "That's it." And I think it's the same story. I was sitting in jail that night, and I said, "Never again." And he's, I think he's 7 or 8 years in to his sobriety journey. Anyway, he's got non-alcoholic whiskey, and I've drank some of it with him. It's pretty good.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Now, I can't drink like the O'Doul's or something like that. Then that's like a trigger of like, all right, let's go drown the sorrows. But the only thing I truly miss for the flavor
is a good bourbon.
And every once in a while, like I've had a bottle for a month, and it's not a big bottle, but you know, it's nice sitting on the couch with a little glass on the rocks. And
he and I, Jason will he smokes cigars, and I'll smoke cigars occasionally too. It's something that I enjoy.
That's what I used to do, is smoke a bunch of cigars with a glass of whiskey around a fire.
And we'll light a fire in either my backyard or his backyard. And we've poured some of his non-alcoholic whiskey, sat there, smoked a cigar, and had a good time, dude. And something about the flavor of those two combined is something that's really I enjoy them together, right? A good cigar and whiskey. So non-alcoholic is the best way to do it. So he's definitely on the right track. But man, maybe we'll get Jason involved.
Yeah, and we'll go to an event.
I'm coming. Phil and I'm gonna bring my wife. We're gonna come to some of these, dude, for sure. But man,
and it's all free. So like the people that want to come on the bike ride, you don't have a bike, we provide them a bike.
Wow, that's cool. So I didn't know that.
Everything is accessible for anybody.
How about on that chess game night? Are you going to provide me my first place trophy?
We don't hand out trophies. There's no participation.
Not even the
trophies.
first. Not, you
actually win.
No, I was talking about the first place trophy when I win. You don't get 17th place ribbons out or anything like that.
No, that place Tea and Victory is pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Is that where y'all hosted at?
Yeah, the board game night. There's like 200 different board games in there. Like we played a new one I never even heard of before.
Dude, there's some stuff out now that you see at the store and stuff, and I'm like, it's up there with like your Monopoly and your Yahtzee, the stuff we're familiar with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
It's like some strange name. I'm like, that's not cool. It's not Monopoly.
It might be.
Yeah.
Give it a little chance.
Monopoly ruined some friendships.
Oh, Monopoly ruin a family.
Yeah, and you can find out who has anger real quick.
Yeah, no
I don't think I've talked to some of my cousins
I'm a bad
in years.
loser. So
I want that part.
I'm buying Park Place, dude, for sure. Every time. I'm getting it every time. So
best of luck.
Man, this is cool, dude. So Kevin, dude, we don't even need to go into the standard questions because we've answered all of them.
We have.
So what you've answered what's on the horizon for the Phoenix. What about for yourself? Obviously, you want to do the CrossFit certification.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Are you going to continue on with triathlons?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Right now, I'm going to continue with duels just because, like I said, it's hard to break away to swim.
Yeah.
It's easier to run and bike from my house than it is. I don't have a swimming pool.
Right, find somewhere to swim.
And trying to find 500 meters is difficult. So, I'm going to continue doing that and just grow personally. That's the main thing, and staying sober.
Be the best husband, dad. You got a little girl?
Little boy.
You got a little boy now?
Yeah.
Be the best husband and dad you can?
Yeah.
I like that, dude. Those type of goals, those are the type of goals that I have. I don't have any kids, but, we kind of went over at one podcast, and it was just cool to say, to be like, man, I want to be the best Christian I can be. I want to be the best dad I can, or not dad, husband I can be, and future dad. In the future we'll have some. But, I just want to be the best. Personally, I want to bring my best self to the table.
Yeah, and, everyone values success different. Some value it by money or whatever. And I'm one of those ones that, when everyone dies, they have that obituary in the paper that's so generic. Everyone has that same. So, I try to strive to, write my own obituary.
Yeah.
Where it says everything that I did, not just Kevin grew up or was born and raised in Texas City and then was a program coordinator. I want all those filled in. So that's my value of success.
That's
when
cool.
I'm gone,
I didn't think about that.
Just knowing what legacy I'm leaving behind me.
How'd you help others? And that's everybody. That's these people that come to these events, friends, your son, wife, family members, whoever, right?
And a lot of them are family oriented too. People, because there's a lot of single moms out there, especially nowadays that and single dads, but hard to find childcare. So we try to make them as friendly,
so they can bring
possible.
them if they need to.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So, Kevin, go ahead and some shameless plugs here. Where can listeners find you? Where can they find the Phoenix and go into all that? What's the best way to?
I don't want to find me on social media. I'm not that.
I think you're pretty cool.
Not that
Kevin,
popular on there.
I think you're a cool guy.
Yeah.
I got to tear my liquid death. But you can find the Phoenix on the Phoenix Houston on Facebook. And then,
the Phoenix Houston.
Yeah. And then our website or at the Phoenix.
At the Phoenix. So you said if you go online and you download the app, you will get this calendar.
Yeah.
Does it come out monthly
Yep.
or? Okay.
Yeah, it comes out with a newsletter that talks about everything that we did the prior month and different things about what's coming in the future.
Okay, and you can definitely donate on the website.
Yep.
And you said probably in the app.
Maybe
not
the
sure.
app, yeah, but the website definitely there's a donate button.
Go to thephoenix.com and
.org.
.org. I'm sorry. Go to cut that out.
Yeah.
Go to
Lucas.
OTG Lucas. He's not in here. Go ahead and log on to thephoenix.org and donate, guys. And man, I don't know if the camera can see this, but this is the month of May.
It is,
and
packed.
there is not a day, I don't think, there's not a day that doesn't have something.
Yeah,
and then there's
that's the main goal is have something every day.
There's days that have 4 and 5 events going on. I mean, these things are slam packed. So
And there's more coming.
and there's more coming, dude. I mean, let me just rattle off some of these so that people can realize how broad this is. There's a walk run, there's yoga, indoor rock climbing, bouldering, Throwback Thursday game night, so that I can,
Which is in League City.
League City, Texas, right here.
Yeah.
It's where I can dominate in Monopoly.
No, that's a PE style game. So like pickleball. Have you heard of pickleball yet?
Pickleball's great.
Dude, pickleball is the new thing.
What's pickleball?
Oh,
It's kind of like it's a mixture of tennis and ping pong.
yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's a new thing. That's
So it's awesome, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like my new jam right now.
Okay, I
But
mean,
we do badminton, basketball, volleyball. It's just anything you can do inside of a gymnasium.
yeah. So there's a hike. There is CrossFit, beach workout, ice skating. I saw something on here a minute ago.
Custom sign painting.
Custom sign painting. Yeah, I mean,
Well, you know, like those welcome signs or like the stencil
Yeah.
on the wood. That's what that is. You go and have some Alley with Hammer and Stain brings all the material and it's free for you to.
driving range.
Yep, at
But yeah,
Memorial Park. Yeah.
the sign painting. I mean, dude, this list is very comprehensive, y'all. So go to the website, check it out, show Kevin some love, and man. That's all I got. Kevin, you got anything else? Did we cover everything you want to cover, man?
Yeah.
You're the
I
guest,
appreciate
dude.
you having
Sitting
us.
in the captain's
Yeah,
chair.
man,
You got
no
the American
worries.
flag.
Well, I
on.
mean, it's a cabin chair, but I feel like a.
I'm just a little guy.
But it's comfortable.
It's a comfy chair though, right?
Oh, it is.
Look, this guy's got his leg. Look, he's comfortable. He's kicked back.
I'm cooling.
He just needs some non-alcoholic whiskey and a cigar.
cigar.
Cooling.
Yeah.
Phil, you got anything else, man?
Nah, man, that's it. Yeah, Kevin, appreciate you coming on. I'm glad, Kevin reached out to me a few months ago whenever he got with Phoenix. And, I'm glad that he did that. And I'm super, like Darryl said, just proud of where you are now.
Real
And,
proud of you, man, for
yeah,
sure.
it's an amazing story. If anybody doesn't know, go check out, Kevin's. I don't know if you have your story out there anywhere, but
My story is wherever someone wants to talk to me about it.
There you go.
Any of these events?
any of these events.
So you'll be at all these?
No.
Oh, well, okay. Or you'll be at.
Yeah, I try to get to as many as I can, and when I'm there, I'm a Phoenix member, not a Phoenix employee, and just blend in with the community and
Good deal, man.
have fun. Yeah.
Well, you'll definitely see me and Philip at a lot of these, man. Thanks for the liquid deaths. Thanks for coming on. Proud of you, brother, and you're going to see us out there, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. Peace, man.
Peace.